Ethan, thank you for joining us. We'll start with questions here in the room. Ari, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, Ethan, good run of results for you guys at home here. What has kind of worked for you guys here at this place?
Well, I think first and foremost, our mentality has been what's kind of carrying us along. Obviously, we have a bunch of super talented footballers, but to come back in the way we have multiple times, that shows a team that's not just kind of, riding a high. It shows a team that just always believes no matter what. Because it's easy to go win, and then you're 1-0 down, and all of a sudden, guys are kind of asking questions. But I think this overall belief that every game we can win is kind of what's really helping us.
And, Ethan, could you just kind of talk about this upcoming match? Obviously, you guys face Nashville, but it seems like with Nashville kind of being kind of the top team in the East at the moment, that you can make a real statement, by getting 3 points. Just how do you view this upcoming match?
It's a super important game because it's the next game in front of us. Obviously, the occasion, them being first and whatnot, always adds a little bit of extra pressure. But I think with this group, we're just, we're focusing on what we can do. We know if us as a group, if we're firing on all cylinders, then we're good. We can go against anybody. So I think the focus this week, obviously, tactically, you look at Nashville, but we know that, if we do what we can do, then, against any opponent, it doesn't matter who's in front of us, we can win.
And we see Mamadou Fofana kind of step up. There's been some injuries on the back line. Can you just talk about, how important he's been and how he's, maybe helped you since coming to New England?
Yeah, I think, obviously, easy to talk about him after that goal line clearance. But he's a really, really important player. He does all the dirty work. He cleans up everything. He's super, super consistent, very clean on the ball. And, he's, this air of calm. And for me, as a young center back coming in, having somebody that is so stable is really important. It gives me that freedom to express myself and really get into my own game. So he's been super helpful, and he's an amazing guy as well.
Yeah, and just wrapping up for me, in terms of, yourself, you kind of stepped in, you have the injury with Brian, but you've been performing well. Just what's the competition between all the center backs, and, how do you view kind of competing for those starting minutes?
It's a healthy competition. When Brian's on the field, I want him to do his best that he can, and when I'm on the field, it's the same. After the game, Brian's the first one to come up to me and congratulate me or congratulate the team on winning, because at the end of the day, I want the group to win. And if us having these 3 center backs or 4 center backs, 5 center backs, we have a lot of great depth. It's not just Brian Ceballos. There's this really healthy competition between us that makes us play better, train better, and at the end of the day, it's we're all backing whoever's playing. So if for some reason whatever happens and Brian's playing, well, then I'm there fully behind him, and I think that's what's most important.
Ethan, you talked about the mentality of the group, the belief, allowing you guys to get, not just these results, but comeback results as well. Do you feel like now that you guys have done that so many times, just talk about the confidence of the team?
Well, being able to go down and keep that belief is something really, really special. And I think, knowing that we have so consistently done it, it does, of course, help. After that Columbus game, you go a goal down, and in that locker room, we still really believe. But you go a goal down against Philly, and we get in that locker room, and it's like, we've done this before, and it's not like, I want to say, we're looking to go 1-0 down to, make these, incredible comebacks or whatnot. But, that just instills such a belief, within us. And, hopefully we don't have to have comeback wins, in the upcoming games, But just knowing that, hey, look, things happen in football. Sometimes you go a goal down, but we have a group that's going to react, in a really, really positive way, and we're still going to be able to turn the result on our side.
We have one question here online. Caleb, you're unmuted now.
Hey, Ethan. Thanks for taking the time. I just wanted to comment and ask, you've made 7 appearances this season, some of them being at right back, some of them being at center back. And as a young defender, how would you say you've grown over this period of time as we enter really a third of the way through this season?
Well, I'd say, playing multiple positions really helps you grow, obviously, because you see the field in different ways. Especially playing as a 6, you recognize, okay, let's say I step back into center back. How can I help him? How can I help my 6? Playing right back, I recognize, okay, now I'm playing center back, what kind of balls would I want to receive as a right back? What kind of cover would I want to get? And it allows me to view the game a little more holistically. And I think that's been really important. And also, from a personal side, having a tougher start in that first game against Nashville and kind of progressing. And obviously this comes from the staff continuing to have belief in me, but being able to deal with that and then, kind of come a little bit more into my own over the past few games has also been, really important for me. Dealing with adversity at a professional level where the stakes are very high, I think has really helped me mature.
Speaking
you,
of
Ethan.
new coach, how would you describe just Marco's motivational style and maybe that allows you guys to come back after halftime deficits?
I mean, he's a guy who speaks with purpose, and I think what helps his words carry so strongly amongst the group is, if he says something, he means it. And, if he's going to ask something of us, he'll do it himself. And when he speaks at halftime and you feel the fire and you feel that passion and desire from him, as if he could take one of our places and get on the field and do everything he could to win the game, he would. So when we go in at halftime and you feel that from him, as players, you can do nothing but give everything in that second half.